How we doing? How we doing, guys? Welcome to the Exec Talk Podcast. I am your host, Evelyn Wasan. Guys, we have arrived. It is my mock draft. It is Elvelez's one and only first and last mock draft of the NFL. I'm going to run through this quick. I am going to give you guys insights and stuff like that about the players, but I'm going to run through this quick because the draft literally starts in an hour. So I'm going to run through this quick. I love you guys. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I love you guys a long way. Follow me on all my socials, and let's keep it popping. So, first of all, this draft is chalk. First 4 picks, I bet on them. I bet on the first 5 picks. Okay? I bet on the first 5 picks. I went Cam Ward. We know Tennessee. We've been known that Tennessee's going to take Cam Ward since his pro day and even before that, but they're going to take Cam Ward, best quarterback on the board, really good not even elusiveness. He has a little bit of Patrick Mahomes in him, not the best, not like the greatest build, but like has some size, really good in the pocket, can throw in the pocket, can extend plays, has a live arm, can throw the deep ball, throw the in cut, really good velocity on the ball, and is creative with how he attacks plays, especially out of structure. So he's going to add a lot to that offense with Bill Callahan. So Cam Ward, Travis Hunter to the Browns, number 2, that's chalk. I mean, you add him to Judy on one side. Yes, you need a quarterback, but at this point, you take Travis Hunter, you add him to Denzel Ward. You probably have the best cornerback duo in the NFL, bar none, starting. So Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, number 3 to the Giants, Abdul Carter. You put him next to Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Sexy Dexy. You get another Micah Parsons, probably even better, faster off the edge, more prototype D-end. You can use him at off linebacker, but I think you just put him at the edge and let him run wide 9 off the edge and terrorize left and right tackles. Abdul Carter, second best player on this draft behind Travis Hunter. That's easy. At 4 with the Patriots, Will Campbell. They need offensive line help. You take the left tackle. Plain and simple. No, you don't screw around with Ashton Jeanty. You don't screw around with anybody else. There is nobody else. You take Will Campbell. Abdul Carter's off the board. So is Travis Hunter. Now, can somebody trade up to 3? Absolutely not. Ain't no way that the Giants are passing up on Abdul Carter. Ain't no way. Is Shador going 3? Absolutely not. The Giants basically closed that door in the last 2 days. So, number 5 is where the draft starts. Jaguars. I got Ashton Jeanty based on this week's intel from Todd McShay, Adam Schefter, Peter Schrager, brand new GM, 34 years old, wants to make a big splash. Add him to Travis Etienne in the backfield. He can catch out the backfield. He could be a generational talent like a Bijan, like a Saquon. I think Ashton Jeanty's the pick for the Jaguars there. They could go Mason Graham out of Michigan, but I think that the upside of Ashton Jeanty is just too much to pass up. Do I see anybody trying to trade up here? Yes. Do I see the Jaguars entertaining it? No. Number 6, you got the Raiders. They would have taken Jeanty. They take Armand Membu. They could also be a trade down with the Raiders, but I doubt it. I think they take Armand Membu, the second best offensive lineman in this draft, unless you like Kelvin Banks over him. But I think they take Armand Membu. Tom Brady likes to have a good offensive line, and I think they take him, and they're happy with him. Number 7 to the Jets, Jalen Walker. They add him to Jermaine Johnson. They add him to at this point, would they? Hassan Reddick. They got Jermaine Johnson. They got Will McDonald, but they add him. They add Jalen Walker, another Georgia edge. You know what we get out of Georgia. You get a Trayvon Walker. You get those athletic freaks. This guy's an athletic freak with the edge bend, powerful. Didn't have the sack production, but definitely has the elite traits of a prototype D-end. If not, I could see him maybe going Kelvin Banks Jr., possibly taking a receiver, looking at Ted McMillan here, maybe, possibly, or a trade up from a team. Maybe they want to trade down. But the real trade down candidate is at 8. Mason Graham, he could go 5, but I got Jeanty going 5. Mason Graham dropping to 8 to the Carolina Panthers. I see that as their best pick. Although there are teams that possibly want to trade up, maybe a Cowboys to take like a Ted McMillan, fearing that maybe somebody else takes him, like a Bears. But I think I got the Bears taking somebody else. Then you get to 9, and it's 2 players in play right here. You either get Kelvin Banks Jr., the excellent tackle out of Texas, or you get Mykel Williams, another Georgia edge, at 9. And now I got to go to the board because I don't know every single round because I didn't write it, of course. My dumb ass. You got the Saints at 9. This is where Shedeur could possibly go, although the rumblings is that he's not going here. Another thing that can go here, Ted McMillan, Matthew Golden, 4.29 speed, excellent wide receiver 1 to pair up with Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. Tyler Warren could go here, although I have him going to the Bears at 10. I do not think he slips from there. Mason Graham is who I got for the Panthers, although they can trade down. I got Kelvin Banks Jr. or Mykel Williams going to the Saints, although there is a possibility for Shedeur, but I don't think he goes. Then at 10, I think it's chalk. I think if Tyler Warren's there for the Bears, I think they run that shit in, and it's Tyler Warren, the Penn State tight end, basically a weapon for Ben Johnson to use like a T.J. Hawkinson, and like a chess piece around the offensive line, running 12 personnel. 11, I got Jahdae Barron going to the 49ers. They've lost everybody on the defensive side of the ball. They've literally sold sale. Charvarius Ward is gone. You need a number 1 corner. Jahdae Barron, Jim Thorpe winner this past season at Texas. Excellent eye to ball skills, ball skills in the air, coverage, just a straight up number 1 corner. I got Jahdae Barron going 49ers, although could go Josh Simmons here, the excellent Ohio State tackle, possibly. At 12, everybody got Terrell McMillan. Everybody has Terrell McMillan. I'm going to tell you this right now. If I am the Dallas Cowboys, I do not even peep at Terrell McMillan. I am looking at Matthew Golden to pair up with CeeDee Lamb. You put yes, I know what you're looking at Terrell McMillan. You're looking at CeeDee Lamb's or Jamar Chase. Let's get a T. Higgins. I understand that. But I think that with a Matthew Golden, you just give yourself a lot more room of improvement. You got 4.29 speed, can jump out the gym, ball skills, 50-50 balls, can run inside, can run outside, be a number 1 receiver. CD will probably get a lot of ones because of Matthew Golden later on in the season and in the coming years. I would take Matthew Golden. At 3, at 13, Dolphins. I got Will Johnson. I would like for them to take Will Johnson. Some people say Kelvin Banks Jr. if he's here because of Teron Armstead. I would like Will Johnson. I know about the foot injury. I've seen him play. I like this kid. Ball hawk from Michigan. Knows how to win. He's a national champ 2 years ago. Or we trade down. Don't know where the hell we're going to trade down to. But if we want more picks, cool. But I got Will Johnson. If not, it's Kelvin Banks. At 14, Colts are taking Colston Loveland. If he's there, they're taking it. If they trade up, they're taking him. They want a breakaway type of tight end. Colston Loveland and Tyler Warren are right there, 1-2. Some people have Colston over him. I love Colston Loveland. Watched him at Michigan. The guy's a difference maker, kind of like a Brock Bowers type, just not as elite of a prospect, but really good. I like Colston Loveland here to the Colts. At 15, I have Mykel Williams because Kelvin Banks went to the Saints. Okay, so I have Mykel Williams going to fit at 15, the edge rusher, because the Falcons need edge rushers. They need them. Josh Judon is not the only thing that you need there. So I got Mykel Williams, the edge from the freaky edge from Georgia, going 15 to the Falcons. 16, I got Tyler Booker, the guard, number 1 guard on the board. They just need, you need to protect Kyler. I don't know what else to tell you. You can't go Ted McMillan to put him, since your receiving core is literally Marvin Harrison Jr. and nobody else. You can't go Ted McMillan here. Emeka Egbuka. I think Ted McMillan would be better with Marvin. But they're kind of the same receiver in the fact that they're not long speed receivers. So Emeka Egbuka here would kind of make sense as well. But I got Tyler Booker. 17, the Bengals. More defensive help. The edge, Donovan Izaraku. You don't know if Trey Hendrickson is leaving. If he is, this is an extreme position of need. If he's not, then you just add somebody else next to him and let him have more one-on-ones instead of getting doubled every time and being less effective. At 18, the Seattle Seahawks pick Gray Sable. Although the Seahawks could go somebody like a Terror. This could be a place. Watch out if Ted McMillan. I don't think this happens, but if Ted McMillan drops to 18 to where the Seahawks are, because they just let go of DK Metcalf, a deep threat, long, freakish type of 50-50 ball guy. Do not be surprised if they take Ted McMillan at 18 if he's there. Right now I have Gray Sable going. Right now, let's see here. He should be, I believe he's a guard. Hold up. Positions, best available. Guard. Oh, actually, Gray Sable, yeah, North Dakota State. Gray Sable, 6'6", 312. He's the number one guard on the board. And then it's Tyler Booker. So I have Tyler Booker going in front of him, a little bit more athletic. Gray Sable, So that's for Seattle. Although if there is Ted McMillan there, if he drops, I think they take him just because of what happened with DK. At 19, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pick Maxwell Hairston, the cornerback out of Kentucky. This kid is nasty, twitchy, fast, can cover, ball hawk. I like this kid a lot, and I like it for them to put him against with Antoine Winfield Jr. At 20, I got Tet going. Okay, I had Tet going at 20. 20 is the Broncos. You need another guy to put next to Troy Franklin. You need another guy to put against Cortland Sutton. Although the Broncos are a team that could trade up for possibly a running back. They could possibly take Trayvon Henderson here. I could see Quinshon Judkins, Omarion Hampton go here. But if Ted McMillan is there, I think that Ted McMillan is the pick. Although I could see the Broncos trading up to possibly maybe try to go get a Matthew Golden or even Ashton Jeanty, although I think that the Jags are set on taking Ashton Jeanty at 5. He's just the evaluation on him is a generational talent at running back. Shedeur is 21 to the Steelers. Yes, I have Shedeur going to the Steelers. Now, this potentially might not be the pick. Potentially, the pick might be on the defensive side of the ball. Somebody like Derek Harmon, a James Pierce, a Nick Amomawari, a Malachi Starks, a Shamar Stewart, especially with the TJ Watt stuff, or somebody on the offensive line. Maybe, I don't think a Josh Simmons, but, if we look at the tackles, Membu, Will Campbell, Josh Simmons, maybe a Josh Connerly possibly. Somebody like that. At guard, I don't think so. At center, maybe a Jared Wilson, although I don't think they need. They could take Derek Harmon. They could take Walter Nolan here as well in the interior because or they could take linebacker. They could take Jahad Campbell from Alabama. That's a really big name that I've been hearing. As for edges, they could take James Pierce. They could take Mike Green out of Marshall. Shamar Stewart still on the board. JT Tuimoloau from Ohio State. He seems like a Steeler. So a lot of options here, but I still got Shedeur going there because they need. You're not rolling out in the AFC North against Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and whoever the Broncos got, or whoever the Browns got. With Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson. Please, if you're holding out hope for Aaron Rodgers, God bless you guys. Number 22, this is easy. To me, this is Kenneth Grant. I had Derek Harmon here, but the thing is, Harbaugh can't pass on his Michigan guys. He recruited Grant. He also recruited Mason Graham. I think he takes getting to Grant the DT and just puts him because Poona Ford is gone. So that's 22. So that means Derek Harmon's still on the board. James Pierce goes 23, the edge out of the twitchy edge out of Tennessee. Could have been higher, but his stats this year were not as impressive. He's going to the Packers to put next to Luka Van Ness and, of course, Warrior and the number one guy, Preston Smith. Preston's there? No. Who was their leading sacker last year? Man, I forgot. And they have a really good one. But it's just to add. It's to add to that line. It's just to add to that Georgia, Devontae Wyatt, Devontae Walker, they're just adding to it, the Green Bay. Could they go receiver, Emeka Egbuka? Maybe. Jaden Higgins? Maybe. The Minnesota Vikings pick Nick Emanuwari. I believe he's the number one safety. I remember him in the combine. Nick Emanuwari, 6'3", 220, South Carolina, number one safety off the board. I mean, 40-inch just a freak, 4'4", rangy. What you need and with Harrison Smith getting older in the 33, 34 range, I think Emanuwari for Minnesota Vikings is a great pick here. Number 25, speaking of Emeka Egbuka, the Texans, perfect fit. Tank Dell, Nico Collins, Emeka Egbuka, and he is C.J. Stroud's, one of C.J. Stroud's closest friends. They played in college together. This would be a perfect match for them in the Texans because they lost Stephon Diggs. L.A. Rams, Jaden Higgins. They would take Emeka Egbuka here, but he wasn't there in my board. He could be there tonight, but he wasn't there in my board. I think they take Jaden Higgins, Iowa State, another freak. I think he's going to be really good. People are not sleeping on him, but he's not touted as one of the best. He's top 5 though. He's third on the board. 6'4", 214, 140 catches, 2,066 yards, 15 touchdowns in two outstanding seasons at Iowa State. He has enough speed to beat press coverage, 50-50 balls. He's really good. Good hands, separation. The guy is a beast. So I could see Jaden Higgins here for LA right here. 27, the Ravens. I think that it's pretty. To me, it's pretty chalky. Malachi Starks, safety / star position out of Georgia. A two-time national champ. This kid is amazing. I think he's going to be another great Georgia star at the next level, and he's a Raven. He just oozes Raven. You put him right next to Kyle Hamilton, and you got your safety duo for the next 10, 15 years. The Lions at 28, Shamar Stewart, freaky edge to put with Aiden Hutchinson. Freaky edge out of Texas A&M. Not Myles Garrett type, but very, 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 very twitchy. A lot of traits, good bend, good edge. I like that for the Lions to put next to Aiden Hutchinson. That would be great for them. Washington Commanders. You take Trey Amos. Believe he's a corner. If not, he's a safety. I'm going to check that right now for you guys. Revel. Trey Amos, Ole Miss, corner. 6'1", 195, rangy. Has good length, good size. Runs with the receivers well. Can break up 50-50 passes. Recognizes route combinations. Really good corner. I got him going to the Washington Commanders to put next to Marshawn Lattimore. I think it's a good pick there. 30. This could be a steal when we come to the season. Walter Nolan to the Buffalo Bills. Put him right next to Ed Oliver. Right next to that whole line with Milano, Phil. All those guys up front. Jones, you put him right there. You don't even think about it. Ole Miss, D-tackle. Freaky. Can get off blocks, can get sacks. Love Walter Nolan. 31, another chalky pick that I think that they should not pass up. Kansas City should take Josh Simmons. Elite tackle from Ohio State. Yes, he got hurt. Yes, there's character concerns. Andy Reid don't give a shit about that. Neither does Patrick Mahomes. I think Clark Hunt and Lesney just pick this straight up. They don't have to worry about it. They plug him in into right tackle for now and then move him to left, or they start him at left and let him learn. I think that's a good pick for the Kansas City Chiefs that need left tackle help badly. And at the end of the day, Kenneth Grant went to the Chargers, and I had the Chargers taking Derek Harmon. So I think at 32, another D end. I mean, another D tackle, Derek Harmon, to put right next to, you just lost Milton Williams. Don't matter. You put this man right there. Where is he? Derek Harmon out of Oregon, a monster, 6'5", 313, positionally ranked second. I saw this kid out of Oregon. He was a big part of their way to the national championship, to the national semifinal. Can A gap, B gap, can get to the quarterback. Derek Harmon, the rich get richer. Howie Roseman does it again, and that is it. Do I think that people are going to trade up into the last 4 or 5 picks for a Jackson Dart? Maybe. Can I see the Giants or Browns trading up from the second round, although the Browns have the first pick in the second round, I believe, or the Giants do, and then they could pick Shador there? Maybe they fear like somebody else is going to jump them. Possibly. Can I see Shador not going in the first round? Absolutely. Could I see Jackson Dart going in the first round? Absolutely. But, I mean, there's some steals there that people, Omarion Hampton could go in the first round for sure. Travion Henderson could go in the first round. So there's a lot of things that can happen, but that's my mock draft. I had to do it quick because I need to see the pregame show. I love watching the draft. I mean, I watch it every year, especially the first 3 rounds. I've watched these kids for 2 years already, some of 3, 4 years. And I love the breakdown and everything. I'm a football junkie, as you guys know. So I had to do it fast. I built it over the last 2 days, watching a lot of breakdown from anywhere from Daniel Jeremiah to Todd McShay, Adam Schefter, Peter Schrager, anybody who knows about football, I've watched before, and I also watched the games. I've watched these kids play, most of them at least. So I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. I hope you enjoy the draft. Pull for your team to not do something stupid. The Dolphins and the Cowboys, because you guys always screw it up somehow. Didn't screw it up with Micah, thank God. But I love you guys. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll leave you all with the outro.